woke up in the morning and the sun broke
It
through
is
the open
7:38 a.m. This is Emily calling in from Nashville. I am without my perfect co-host Peyton today because we are on our solo pod episodes. Last week, Peyton talked all about evolving and changing and who you are and your relationships. Not later in life, because obviously we're still in our 20s and 30s, but post school and getting married and everything, you have this identity of who you've always been. And people know you as this is Peyton. This is Peyton in her relationship. This is Peyton here, here, and here, or insert name. And then all of a sudden, life happens and you go through different, experiences and you wake up and you think, well, that's actually not me anymore. And to see different reactions about your new life from others is it's pretty eye-opening, but it's neat. It was neat to see how people supported her and people kind of pushed back on it a little bit. But her take on it and the way that she just so eloquently describes it and her feelings and her experience through it was top notch. So, so, so good. So I actually really did love, not actually, I really loved that episode. I watched or listened to it when I was walking Freddie. So that means today is my solo pod episode. I'm coming from you from Nashville in the morning so that I get this done and I don't forget and procrastinate. With that, I have a feeling that this is going to be very rambly. I started an episode about, okay, so 26, about 15 minutes ago, and it went so zigzag that I couldn't even try and piece it together. So I said, okay, we're just going to start over again. And you know what? I'm going to go with my original idea and jump into dreams. I feel like lately I've been having a lot of the same dreams. Um, and after doing a little bit of research, it seems like a lot of us have all those same ones. So there are three that keep reoccurring in my life, and it's I lose my teeth, I get lost in school, or I'm back in school, which is honestly a total fucking nightmare, and I'm walking around naked. If you've had these dreams, please let me know. Please let us know because for some reason they just keep coming back. And I mean, the one, actually no, all three of them, I wake up in kind of a panic because they all bring different feelings that really suck. So the tooth one, it's so strange because it's like my gums get soft. This is going to be so weird episode. And one by one, they just start falling out, or I'll be eating a banana and all of a sudden something is crunchy and I realize, oh, it's my tooth. So I pull it out. And it's in that moment when you're sleeping, it's very, very concerning because you're like, okay, I'm 33. I've lost my baby teeth. I've had my wisdom teeth taken out and I've had braces. So why in the hell are my teeth falling out? Like there must be something very medically wrong with me. But you just keep going and it doesn't seem like anything is wrong. People around you aren't saying anything. You can't get any answers. Like nobody's really worried about it. So I finally looked into what that means. And what it means is you're worried about finances, which was very odd to me. I don't see the correlation on how, teeth falling out means you're worried about money, but that seemed to be the consensus on everything that I read, which, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm not worried about money. I think about it every day, which I think most of us do. And I'm at that point in my life where I do want things. I do want certain things. I would love to buy a house one day. I think a lot of people all over the nation and probably the world as well are in the same boat where cost of living is so expensive that at least for us, two kids in the music industry, we just can't afford a house right now. It, the house that I want in the location that I want. So there's that. But it is just it's nearly impossible. So that's a money concern, 1000%. And I mean, because I'm a stingy little bee, I want to travel. I want to go all over. I want to see whatever I want to see. And I think that that is something that actually I love that I'm stingy about because it's so important. If you're not going to see the world if I'm not going to see the world, I'm sorry, not projecting for me, if I'm not going to see the world, then there's nothing, I don't know. There's really little that is calling me then to like go through my days. I just love seeing the world and whatever I can and being there. Um so yeah, the money thing, weird as hell. And then you go through your future thoughts and you want to have kids and a family and this and that and I want 10 more puppies and like one day I would love to have some Louboutins and things like that. But that is not my priority, obviously. So once my teeth stop falling off in my dreams, my bank account will start filling in real life. There you have it. Okay. Next one. Okay. Going back to school. Talk about a mind fuck. If you have listened to PS We Have No Plan, you know that middle school was and high school the absolute worst. I'm pretty sure Peyton had some hard times too. Like we were the wallflowers. We just kind of like blend in. Let's not make any commotion. Da 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 da. We're here. Um, I was an extreme wallflower. I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't invited to things. I was very shy, very quiet. I didn't wear makeup. My hair was frizzy and curly. Um, I wasn't that girl. I wasn't the girl in high school that you would remember. In fact, my brother, sister, and I each had the same gym teacher. And one of my best friends saw her somewhere many years ago. And she said, "Oh, yeah, you know the McManuses. They were just here visiting." And the teacher said, "Well, aren't there two of them?" She said, "No, no, no, there's three, Kathleen, Emily, and Colin." She goes, "Oh, I know Kathleen and Colin, but I didn't know there was a middle one." And that right there sums it all up for you. The other one, the middle one, that is I. That is I. So that is pretty much my experience in school. Awful. Um, and it brings back so much anxiety, so much anxiety. And it's weird because I'm not feeling anxiety of thoughts of others, but I'm feeling anxiety about life right now. Um, I talked with my therapist the other day about things just are constantly on my mind, and it's just like this circle, this hamster wheel that does not stop, and it's throughout the day, and I'm telling myself over and over, no, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay, and it's almost to reassure myself that nothing bad's going to happen. It's going to be fine. This is out of your hands. But in my mind, it's like, no, if I say this over and over and over, it's not out of my hands. This will keep anything bad from happening. And I'm incredibly anxious, incredibly anxious. Uh, and so it's very fitting that the dream that correlates with that is taking me back to my good old non glory days, which honestly is just making me even more anxious thinking about like it's such a strange it's just strange. It's a feeling that I don't want to go back to. But here it comes. It keeps coming back into my nightly journey through tales of my life. If and I have a feeling like a lot of us actually experience that though. Like I've heard this from many people. You're back in high school or you're in college and you didn't study for any of your exams and you don't know how you're going to graduate. Or one that I keep having is I can't find my locker, or I don't know my locker combination, or I've been a senior for like 3 years now, or like I'm a senior now and I'm 33. It's like, when do you stop? When do you start? When do you just kind of like go, okay, let me just get into the world? But it is so funny, like talking about it out loud because seems so silly. Like, I can't find my locker. I don't know the combination. But in those moments, it's sheer panic because when you are at school, that's one of your worries. You have to get your locker in time. You have to get your right books. Did you study for your exams? And let me tell you, many times, no. The answer is no. And that brought on a lot of anxiety. So clearly, I'm still having a lot of anxiety and I'm anxious about a lot of shit in life. And I'm putting things off, which, though, I'm doing this pod bright and early so I don't put it off and I have it done for the day. And right there, that's a win. So there's two dreams decoded. Teeth falling out, which means you're worried about money, and back in school, don't know where your locker is, anxious about life in general. So who isn't? I guess everybody's back in school in their mind. Number 3, oh, the full Monty, walking around naked. Very, very uncomfortable. The one I had the other night, it was like I was party planning. I was setting this table for a party. And I don't know if it was a birthday, baby shower, what it was, but I was doing all these decorations, putting the plates out, everything, moving things from one side to the other. And there's people around, like people were helping and everything. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should put a shirt on with everybody around. But I didn't. So I just kept going about it. And then I realized, oh, okay, well, maybe I should just put on all of my clothes. And I didn't. I just kept doing the party planning, setting the table, putting the balloons somewhere. I mean, no shit. I was like fucking killing this party. It was probably the best ever, but I was not wearing anything. And it was so weird. So, so strange because if you know me, like my preferred like clothing of choice is going to be a giant shirt and sweatpants when I'm at home. That's it. My hair pulled back, face washed. That's it. And always socks. My feet are cold, so always socks. Um, so, you know, very opposite of what my dreams are telling me. But when I decoded it, it was very interesting. So, what that means is you are worried about how others are perceiving you or what they think when they look at you. And, I don't think I'm worried about that. But in my daily style choices, and I've heard this from many people, how I put things together is not for everybody. And I know that there are people that see my daily outfits and they're like, that is whack. That is just what is she wearing? She needs to put a trash bag on, whatever. And so for me, I can see how that would be me worrying about what somebody is saying about me or thinking about me, or when they look at me, their perception. And it's very funny because it strips me down to nothing. And the purpose of that, it's so hard for me to even explain it once again because my words don't follow my thoughts. I think you can understand what I'm trying to say, but you're judged at your raw for what you actually put on yourself. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like somebody said the other day that, yeah, my style is so different. It's unique. Like I've never seen anybody wear something like that. Um, and I took that as a huge compliment. I really did. And maybe it was made for that. Maybe it wasn't. Somebody told me yesterday with the sweater I was wearing, oh, did you mean to wear that today? I said, yeah, I motherfucking did. I motherfucking meant to wear this sweater today. And I mean to wear my sweater every day. I mean to wear what I'm wearing every day. Do they always hit the mark? No. One day I came home from work early because I hated my outfit so much. But you know what? Trial and error, motherfuckers. And I'm still going for it left and right. And so this dream made me think maybe I'm on that part of, you know, thinking about how others are judging me. I think there are two sides of that. There's the one that you're really concerned with and it almost keeps you from being who you are and in whatever outward appearance you want to put out there because you're afraid what somebody's going to say. And then there's that whole journey between. And then there's the spot where you land where you love what you put out there and you know it's unique and it's special to you. And no matter what you hear from people, positive or negative, you take it as a positive because people are talking about it. And for me, if somebody's talking about my aesthetic, whether it's my clothes, the way I decorate my house, my office, I I love it. That's one of the biggest compliments that you can give to me. Um, and I guess it's weird. So I guess I'm still thinking about what people are thinking of me and how they see me and their perception, hence my walking around naked party planning dreams. But I'm at the side of that where I'm just going to take it all in. I'm going to take whatever you have to say about my outfits or who I am or what I look like or how good or bad I look one day or, you know, my choice to age naturally at 33. And so I embrace that. I do. I embrace every age. I know it's very, it's a privilege to get older. And so, for me personally, I want to see where my smiles are on my face and my laughs are on my face. And I, that's my choice. And, you know, maybe you are judged for that. I think people are also judged for the opposite, and that's okay too. Like whatever you choose. And so no matter what somebody thinks of you, I think there's always going to be, or no matter where you're at or however your level of comfort is with yourself, there's always going to be negative judgment. I think that's just life. No matter what you do, from looking at art to the shoes you wear to the coffee you drink, it doesn't, somebody's going to judge it no matter what. And I think the more that we concern ourselves with that, the more we're going to have dreams that we're walking around naked. And to me, that is just not something I want to spend my time on. I'm hoping that that dream kind of fades away soon because I do feel like I've been putting a lot of work and effort into finding the comfort in myself and who I am and who I am in this world and what I put out there, from my heart, from my head, and through creation. You know, for me, that's really important. And it's been an important thing for me throughout my whole life. And I think that is part of why I struggled in school because there was always this part of me that wasn't in that mold. I wasn't in the mold. I was very out of mold. And now I'm just embracing that. And I think that that's maybe my superpower now, just embracing the strangeness of Emily Anna McManus. Um, so yeah, I feel like those were the three dreams that just keep coming up in my brain over and over, with my teeth falling out, worried about dollars, to being back in school and your mind just being anxious about everything, which is very accurate. And if you can relate, I'd love to know kind of what you're dealing with in that sense, but I also hope that it passes. And then last but not least, party planning naked, and people's perception of you. So there it is, three dreams decoded. And I know that this was the episode that you were hoping for. Absolutely, 100%. And I hope that you listen to this at 7:36 in the morning so that we are on the same train of thought and we're drinking our coffee together and we can start our Thursday with a bang. So, with that being said, no matter what path you're on or where you feel like you're going with your dreams right now, or if they're at a standstill, just remember that the only thing keeping them from coming alive is you. So know that we believe in you and that you can do it. And, whatever roadblock is in front of you right now, that's okay. It's either walk around it or chisel it little by little, and break that stone in half, because you can defeat whatever obstacle is in front of you. And you know what? Your teeth can go back in your mouth. Your anxious feelings can dissipate. And the chirping from the outside can become applause very soon. And with that, I thank you all very, very much. This is PS We Have No Plan. We put an episode out every Thursday, and you can follow us on every social at PS We Have No Plan. And I hope that you guys have a lovely day and your dreams are sweet.
All right.
All right.
That's true.
I woke up in the morning and the sun broke through the